Our city generates around 3,500 tons of waste every day, which is the weight of 200 Volvo buses. In the current situation, most of this waste is collected and dumped in a landfill somewhere far away from the city in someone else's living space. But for us living in the city, accustomed to conveniences, out of sight is out of mind. I don't care where my waste goes as long as I don't smell it. But that's not true. The heaps of garbage in the landfill actually contaminate the soil and the groundwater, which eventually could end up on your plate or in your glass. The situation is therefore a concern for all of us, which is why we need to move away from dumping waste in a landfill to managing it as close to the source as possible. How do we do this?
Currently, what we are looking at is to enforce the municipal solid waste management and handling rules, which means that we are expected now to segregate our waste at source into wet, into dry and into sanitary, and each of these different waste streams will be processed accordingly as much as possible in a decentralized manner, so that within communities, within our apartments and within our homes, waste management will begin at the point of where the waste is being generated. When you mix plastic with wet or with food waste, then your food waste gets contaminated, and that plastic in turn is so soiled by the food waste, so neither can you use the food waste for composting nor can you use the plastic, and both of them then become useless and have to go to the landfill.
Segregated waste is taken to a neighborhood waste management center for processing. Kasarasa is one example of a waste management facility that is managed by Saahas in association with its partners CHF, CSA and Robert Bosch. The wet waste is put into a composter along with some dry leaves. A microbial culture is also added to enhance the composting process. The mixture then goes into tanks where microbial action takes over and converts the same into good manure, which can be used by farmers and for landscaping. On the other hand, all the dry waste is further sorted into various grades of paper, plastic, metal and glass. These different waste streams then go to recyclers and come back as products like this school desk made from recycled Tetra Pak. Waste is a resource. It should not be on our streets. Instead, it can come back into our homes as functional products.